After reviewing multiple media channels, it's clear that Beijing is intensifying internal surveillance and controls, likely due to fears that a de facto trade blockade could spark chaos at home. While it may be premature to call it a full-blown crisis, the pressure is already mounting. I can confirm they're preparing for possible increases in border troops, and may even consider martial law if necessary. So why is Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party panicking? It directly ties to the U.S. China trade war and China's bleeding economy. Factories are shutting down, livelihoods are vanishing, and Chinese workers are finally realizing they've been consistently disadvantaged in trade with the U.S. Let's start with the textile sector. The government accused me of spreading rumors, so here are the facts. Many factories are now on standby, awaiting further orders, and some need temporary labor. I witnessed this myself this morning. I met a client at Business Export Textile. Raw materials arrived early, and production was about to begin. Cut to BROL. Factory footage. But by midday, a 104% tariff was announced on their key export market. All orders were canceled, and the factory shut down immediately, laying off workers. Yes, China retaliated with an 84% tariff on U.S. goods. Patriotic morale soared initially. But once slogans faded, real-world consequences hit. Export-dependent factories scaled back or closed, workers were let go, and thousands lost jobs. This wake-up call made many Chinese citizens realize their government's grave mistake. To distract from the fallout, the CCP launched a massive anti-American propaganda campaign on Chinese social media. Every year, China spends about 225 billion yen employing 4 million online commentators to spread government messaging, many infiltrating platforms like Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Evidence shows state-linked accounts re-upload any criticism of the CCP on YouTube, working overtime. TikTok, owned by ByteDance and by extension tied to the CCP, is used to brainwash youth, especially Americans. A recent study in Taiwan found frequent TikTok users are significantly more likely to adopt pro-China political stances, including support for unification with China and criticism of democratic institutions. TheGuardian.com. U.S. lawmakers have labeled TikTok a national security threat, fearing Chinese access to American user data and algorithmic control over content. Reddit.com. The U.S. government passed the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act in April 2024, banning TikTok unless it divests by January 19, 2025. BusinessInsider.com. TikTok is pushing Chinese products, like those from JD.com, Taobao, Alibaba, to Americans. Meanwhile, luxury brands like Gucci are 80% manufactured in China, but priced orders of magnitude higher in Europe with added branding. It's not about cheap quality, it's hybrid propaganda and price manipulation. In fact, 42% of these luxury goods are made by Chinese artisans. China also reroutes shipments through Vietnam, Cambodia, and other nations to evade U.S. tariffs, artificially inflating China's trade impact. This triangulation is the very crux of reshoring. Half of the U.S.'s bilateral trade deficit with China arises from components merely processed through other countries. China faces widespread pushback. In 2024 alone, it was the target of 154 trade remedy investigations, nearly double the 87 in 2023. Chambers.com. Even geopolitical allies like India, Pakistan, Vietnam, and Russia have lodged WTO complaints and sanctions against Chinese dumping practices. Xi recently made an emergency tour to Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, not for cooperation, but to threaten them over any alignment with the U.S. These countries rely on China for electronics, textiles, and infrastructure funding, yet they bristle at China's growing economic coerciveness. This trade war extends beyond tariffs. It's about domination, economic, digital, and ideological. A nation cannot allow a single country to control markets, supply chains, and global narratives while undermining democracy from within. Xi's aggressive diplomacy is pushing Southeast Asian countries to speed up diversification. India, Japan, South Korea, even parts of Europe and the US are emerging as alternative suppliers. Countries are building resilience in domestic technology and manufacturing, but it's a long, politically tough journey. Meanwhile, China doubles down with harder propaganda, internet censorship, arrests, and military gestures. Yet ironically, this is triggering regional decoupling. The world is waking up. An imbalanced relationship with Beijing is not just an economic risk, it's a strategic threat. What do you think? Is Beijing overplaying its hand? Could TikTok really be used as a vector for ideological control? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.